All right, I think we live. I think we're live. We're ready to go. Hopefully everything is good. I'm gonna check the audio and then we're gonna go in. Got a lot of topics I want to talk about today. A lot of topics. Shout out to everybody who came to the live stream earlier this today, and I talked about Mouse PI for Hire. I think that's a fantastic game. I think anybody and everybody should at least try it. And yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of talking today. I'm not gonna be playing any games today. I'm just gonna be talking and give you my thoughts and opinions on some gaming topics, some crazy stuff that's going on in the gaming world or whatever the case may be. Give my thoughts and opinions on them. Now I gotta make sure that the audio is good, and then we're gonna go straight in. Let's see where we at. Where am I? Shout out to the new people that subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate it. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's the audio. Make sure. Yeah, audio's good. Audio is good. I'm gonna cut that up a little bit more. Let the music play a little bit. I love this music. I absolutely love this music. This music is great. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it about a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna get into the stream. And yeah, hopefully we have a pretty good time doing this. And I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, look like everything is smooth. We're good to go. Yeah, we're good. We're looking really good today. Looking real good. So yeah, today we're going to talk a little bit about the NeoGeo AES. I think the NeoGeo AES that is returning. That's pretty cool. That's returning. We're also going to talk about some Pokemon incidents. Haven't talked about Pokemon in a while, right? Pokemon has been a thing where people were stealing Pokemon cards, but I got a couple of incidents I want to talk about there. And we're going to talk about the Xbox console or the Xbox changes, because there's some changes within Xbox that are pretty interesting. I think Asher Shamara is talking the talk. As far as she gonna walk the walk, I don't know. But only thing we could do is go by what she says, right? That's the only thing we could do. And also we're going to get into some gaming health, something that's pretty serious that nobody really talks about. Seen a video that really caught my attention, and I want to react to that video when it comes to that. And we probably got a couple trailers we're going to watch as well, and we're just going to have a pretty good time. It's going to be just a pretty solid show. So I'm gonna give it about another minute, and then we're gonna get started. So that's pretty much it. So we're gonna get started after that. What's that? Is you playing, son? You playing Mario Odyssey? Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna just jump right into it to go ahead and get started. Matter of fact, before I do that, I'm gonna share the link to some places, let people know that we're live. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't decide to post it. Okay, so that's up there, and I'm gonna post it to my Facebook. I've been doing a pretty good bit of rounds on Facebook. Yeah, I've been doing a pretty good bit of rounds on Facebook, so I'm gonna share this on Facebook as well. I have a Facebook gaming channel called VF Baller, basically, and over there I basically post all of my content over there that I'm doing. And can I paste it? There we go. So we are live. All right, let's see. All right, so that's good. Post it. All right, so since we did that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Go ahead and we just go. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, but that's fine. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started, and let's go ahead and we'll drop the music. We'll drop the music, and we are going to drop the logo. Not that one. This logo. Where's my logo? Here it is. And we're gonna pull up what I said I'm gonna pull up. That's not it. Where's my logo? There we go. There we go. So yeah. So we're gonna talk about the AES. Now, the NeoGeo AES is a console that came out in 1990, and it was one of the most expensive consoles ever released. I think it came out at $600 or something like that. It was a pretty expensive console, and a lot of kids around my time wanted it. I mean, we all had Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Some people had a Saturn or a PlayStation, but that Neo Geo, you had to like have some money to have a Neo Geo, because not only that the console was a lot of money, you also had the cartridges. The cartridges were very expensive as well, and back then, $600 for a console, $200 for a cartridge. You got the full arcade experience when you were playing these games, and that was something that everybody wanted. But now this is a situation where now you try to get one is pretty not it's pretty much not that affordable. It's just not. Up until now the Neo Geo is returning. The AES Plus is returning, and it has a lot of people excited. I've seen a lot of videos, people saying that they're so excited about this. I'm excited about it too. I actually thought about picking one up. I don't know if I will, but I am thinking about picking one up. I'll give you my reasons why in a few about it. But we're gonna look at this trailer, and we're gonna react to this. And I think this looks absolutely fantastic. So let's get into see what it looks like. This is a beautiful looking console as well. Oh, look at that. And it's made with real hardware too. This is not like a FPGA or any type of emulation. It's real hardware. 10 classic games. Let's back up. I want to go back. Let's see what games these are again, because some of these games they're pretty expensive, and I'm pretty sure that these are some pretty good. Okay, you got Metal Slug, Big Tournament, Golf. I think this was actually it was named different. I think it's not necessarily. It was named differently. And now you got Twinkle Star Sprites and Garrow Mark of the Wolves, KOF 2002, and Pulsar. Pulsar is a really good game. That's a very underrated shooter. Got Samurai Showdown Special, Magician Lord, another game that's underrated. Nobody talks about Magician Lord enough. I can't remember what game this is over, but I know it's Shock Troopers. But I cannot remember the name of this game. I have to look that up. It's a great looking console, man. You got the accessories. It comes with an arcade stick or the controller, and it's compatible with original Neo Geo cartridges. That is pretty. That is pretty dope. That thing is sleek, man. That is beautiful. Comes out November 12th, 2026. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the first console that came with the memory. I mean, that you use memory cards. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. 35th anniversary, and they got a white version. This white version is this thing right here. I would hate to play with this. I wouldn't want to play on this. This would be something that'd be sitting in the background. And that thing looks sleek. Oh my goodness. That's the anniversary edition. That also comes out the same. Now they have another edition that comes with a whole bunch of games or whatever. and the ones that come with all the games is like $9.99. It's like $1,000, which, to be honest, it's well worth it if it comes with 10 games, because you go on eBay right now and try to get this, get a NeoGeo, it's like $700 and it comes with no games. $800, no games. So if you get this for this price, is actually pretty solid. But yeah, but the regular black one is $249. Yeah, it's $249. So this is pretty cool. Let me see if I could look it up so we can see oh, I don't have to do that. Just go right here. Let's go to the website right here. This is kind of weird how they got this website set up with this bit.ly thing. Oh, here's the YouTube channel. No, I don't want to subscribe. I just want to go to their website. How to get to their website? Why they go all the way around? Well, let's go to their Twitter. We'll go to their Twitter right now. Okay. No, this is it right here. There we go. This is that. I had to go all the way around the road to get there, right? All right, but nevertheless, here it is right here. This is the NeoGeo. It's a wired controller that comes with this one. It's $249 for US. The arcade stick itself is $19.90. I'm sorry, it's $119, $120 for the arcade stick. But you can get the whole thing if you just pay, $140 more, $120 more. You get the whole console. The anniversary edition is $349. If you view all of them, then here's the one right here. This is the AES Ultimate. Excuse me. This comes with the console. It's crazy how this thing got it kind of. There it is. It comes with the console, you get 2 controllers, okay, and the 10 games. And it comes in this box. This is gorgeous. For $1,000, that's actually not bad. So you get one. Okay, so for this one, you get the console, the arcade, a wired arcade stick, a wireless arcade stick, and a gamepad. Where's the gamepad? I didn't see. Oh, it's right there. It's right there in the box. Okay. So you get all that for one. That's not bad for $1,000, actually. I mean, especially if you wanted something like this. Now, the only thing about it, I was worried about that. Look at this. You get the AV ports for the CRTs if you want to play this on your CRT. I have a CRT back here. I would love to play this on my CRT. That is absolutely awesome. That is crazy. Okay, so it's no emulation. It's re-engineered with the old school chips. It's 1-in-1 replica. Dip switches for language selection. Okay. Yo, the fact that they got the CRT outputs for the console is pretty neat. I didn't know that. I didn't know it had the outputs as well. I wish I could see the entire. Console. Like you can spin it around and look. Because I wonder if they just got the old AV outputs with what you call it, the composite. Because if it just has composite, it'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. Well, I think it should, at the very least, you have S video. I don't know. That may be asking too much. Because I think it originally just was AV output. I think. I want to say it was. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to look this up. Yeah, that's fine. No cancel. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me look at this. Yeah, all right, we good. Oh, so you can run this through RGB. All this time I did not know that. Hold on, I gotta see I don't think they have it on here. There it is. No, that's an HDMI version. Okay, so it's very similar to the Mega Drive. There it is right there. Okay. So that's what it looks like. See the AV out right there? So if they still got that, if they still got that output right here, that's pretty neat because with this you can run like RGB straight through it. That right there, that'll be perfect for my OSSC, or if I mean, but I wouldn't even use the HDMI, to be honest. If I could get the AV output, I'll run it through my upscaler just because. I'm just like that. That's what I do. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, the AES Plus, I definitely, I think I definitely want to get this for 249. It's almost a, almost a no brainer. I think the only issue I have is like how how much of a demand that this is going to bring. Like it comes out November 12th, so how many of them they're going to have? Like, and will this bring down the price of the original ones? I don't know. I mean, that's something to really think about. I don't know if that'll be the case, but that's something that I would look into because I this should balance out the economy for the NeoGeo. It should, because I want to look at this real. Let me look at this. Because see, I mean, this right here, like, look, these are the NeoGeos for sale right now. Yep, these are NeoGeos. Look, $800. This one comes with nothing but the console is $500. These are the games. I'm not worried about the game. I want to look at the consoles. Yeah, look at that, $749 for this one. It comes with the game Samurai Showdown. $580 for this one. So when you look at this and you turn around and you see this for $249, it should balance out the economy. Like these prices right here should start to go down. Especially when they start getting to the point where they're actually out in the wild. This right, what's wrong with you, son? You okay? You all right? You sure? No, I'm making sure you're all right. Because if you're not, we're gonna cut the game off. Okay. So to make sure you're good, because you panicking over there. I gotta make sure my son's good. He's going wild over the game. $1,200 for this one. I mean, this is kind of outrageous actually. And this one's with the Bean arcade stick. That's $1,000. NeoGeo CD is $240. So you gotta understand, you could buy the CD, NeoGeo CD for $240, which the loading times are ridiculous. Like if you've never seen the loading times of this is like absolutely insane how the loading times are for this. Like the loading times are quite outrageous how bad it is with this. But nevertheless, you have this for $240 plus $21 shipping, $10.98, $11.38. Like nobody's gonna buy these when they know that this is coming out. They'd rather just buy this. And this is arguably a better product because it well, let me go back here. Let me see. Yeah, it's a better product because it runs HDMI. So nobody has like a fat box CRT like I have. Not too many people have that. So nobody's gonna buy these. This is a NeoGeo X Gold Edition. This is straight emulation. Do not buy one of these. This NeoGeo X, do not buy one of these. The emulations are pretty bad. The only good thing about this is like I think this arcade stick for the NeoGeo X, I actually think that this arcade stick actually works on a PS3. That's like the only good thing about it. 728, 670. So you kind of see what I mean. 1,800 for that. And I think this comes with it's a SCART. Okay, it's SCART and it has a NeoGeo SD flash card. So you kind of see what I'm saying here. So at the end of the day, this right here is a steal. I mean, I don't see how you would not want to get this. This is something that I 100% would recommend over getting one on eBay. Now, once these come out, and let's say, for instance, these are replacing the market, it's going to be interesting to see how the NeoGeo on eBay, how the prices of that will start to lower. That's going to be, because you got to understand, those are what, 26, 30, 36-year-old consoles. They're not going to be in the best of shape. And if this takes over the economy of the NeoGeo, those older consoles could be under $249 in no time, especially if they take over what, or whatever. So it's going to be interesting, but nevertheless, I want to jump over to these Pokemon incidents because, man, these people over Pokemon, it's ridiculous, man. People are breaking into these stores. They're, robbing, stores, finding ways of breaking people's houses. I think I did a video a while back where a YouTuber got his house broken into over these Pokemon cards. It's really ridiculous how bad it is. It has gotten when it comes to Pokemon. But nevertheless, you got people out here that still want these things, and it's getting to the point where it's literally getting violent. In this next video, I'm about to show you someone got shot over Pokemon cards, believe it or not. So let's get into this. Here it is right here. Argument over Pokemon cards leads to shooting in Indianapolis Kroger. I think it was like some vending machine or something like that. But yeah, these people are outrageous. They're getting really ridiculous with this. So let's listen to this and see how it goes.
Police say a man will need surgery after someone shot him in a Kroger parking lot. And it was all over trading cards. News 8's Alan Self spoke with witnesses after officers detained someone at the scene.
Right now, police are behind me investigating a shooting that occurred in this Kroger parking lot here on the city's southeast side. Police say this was an argument turned violent over Pokemon cards.
I was coming out of the grocery store.
This is ridiculous, man. This is terrible.
I got into my car. I heard two gentlemen that were in an altercation. I looked over, and there was a black gentleman and a Hispanic gentleman, and the black guy hit him.
A witness who does not want to be identified describes what started off as a confrontation.
Here, he said, the guy cut me in line, and it's over a Pokemon machine.
Quick.
You got cut in line over a Pokemon machine. There's a Pokemon vending machine out there, I guess. And they end up fighting over this, and one got pushed, and one shot the other. This is insane.
Really escalate to gunfire.
Yes, I think it's totally ridiculous. I'm not a collector of them. I understand that, there are some that are very expensive, but this, like I said, we were told an argument. It wasn't like, right now that we know of, it wasn't like somebody was trying to steal one from another person.
IMPD Captain Don Wellhammer says the shooting was targeted.
People, don't solve your problems in your mind by resorting to violence.
Captain Wellhammer says there is no threat to the public, but nearby resident Molly Pomley says she's still shaken up.
It's stressful and disappointing. My brother worked here, so it would have been very sad if it was him.
Police say
you need to tell your brother to get out of the Pokemon game. It's not worth it at the end of the day. I mean, I guess it is because people are making money. They flipping these cards, but don't be going to no vending machines to get into these cards. This is pretty bad.
both the victim and the suspect are both adults, and they are looking for anyone with video to contact Crime Stoppers. On the city's southeast side, I'm Alan Self for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Wait a minute. If they're looking for somebody, wait. If they why do they need video? Did they get the person already? They didn't get the person. I mean, regardless, this is insane. Like, how does this happen? Like, when people get to this point where you're shooting each other, and it's not even over the cards. It's over. It's over a spot in line. It's over a spot in line. That's what it is. This is. Oh, this is him right here? No, that's 9 years ago. I'm about to say. I thought that was the guy. So did they catch the person?
Meanwhile, a dispute over Pokemon cards may have led to a shooting outside of a Kroger on the Near East Side. One person was injured. Police say both people involved are adults. The victim is in surgery. It happened in the parking lot of the grocery store on Twin Air Drive just before 7 o'clock this evening. That's near the Community Justice Campus. Again, IMPD says their preliminary investigation revealed the suspect and victim had a disagreement over Pokemon cards, which then turned violent.
I mean, quite frankly, if it does turn out to be an argument over the Pokemon cards, yes, I think it's totally ridiculous.
It really is.
I'm not a collector of them. I understand that, there are some that are very expensive, but this, like I said, we were told an argument.
The suspect is in custody, and IMPD says that there is no ongoing risk to the public. No one else in that parking lot was injured.
Okay, so they did find the person. Okay, so they did get the person. I mean, like I said, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. Like, it should never get to the point where you are shooting somebody over stuff like this. I mean, I understand some of this stuff is like very expensive. It is worth a lot of money, but it should never get to that point. I feel like, if you're getting this upset over these type of items, you may need to back out and not be a part of this, because this is really insane. I have another incident I want to talk about. This happened in Canada. This is another one that happened in Canada where the police were involved, and this was an undercover sting to catch people who were stealing Pokemon cards. Check this out. Okay, cool.
CTV's BC Bureau Chief Andrew Johnson is on this story. And Andrew, how widespread is this in Canada?
Well, Sandy, thieves from BC to Nova Scotia have been knocking off collectible shops like their banks or jewelry stores. Now police have made an arrest in a new scheme. Vancouver police say they posed as a Pokemon seller online, listing ads on Facebook Marketplace. It comes after VPD says it responded to 5 different cases in less than a week of a suspect arranging to meet sellers in a public place and instead of buying the card, would pepper spray the victims, grab the card, and take off.
Basically, we posted a card for sale in hopes of luring the suspect out. We were able to successfully make contact with the suspect the same day, arranged a meeting.
At that meeting,
This is crazy that they got to go through these lists to catch people who are stealing these cards. Like they're going like Chris Hansen mode and doing like undercover stings. It's like the catch a predator version of Pokemon. This is ridiculous.
police say they arrested a man in his 20s they believe was involved in all of the previous robberies. He is expected to face charges. The theft of Pokemon cards is on the rise in BC and across the country. Rare cards have become highly sought-after collectibles since the COVID-19 pandemic, with some cards being sold off for thousands and, in some cases, millions of dollars. The message...
It ain't no way. I would not be spending no money on these type of cards. I mean, I would spend like it has to be. I come across some cards, I buy them, and I'll just sell them. And I'm not trying to get invested in none of this. It's just, to me, it don't seem like it's worth it. It to me is kind of dumb. But hey, I guess people are making profit off it, and more power to them. It's just not for me.
From Vancouver Police today is if you're buying or selling anything online, try to meet up in public. If you can, bring someone else. Or many police departments offer a safe space in their lobbies or just outside, monitored by surveillance. That's the best option. Sandy.
All right, good advice, Andrew. Thank you.
Yo, this is sad that it's gotten to this point. This is crazy. Is this the same one? I think this is the same one right here.
How much would a card like that go for?
This one will be going for around $1,100.
That's an $1,100 card. That's insane.
Pokemon cards are in high demand.
I like the shininess of them and the health and the attacks.
It's not just kids who are in the market. Thieves have been targeting shops across the Lower Mainland over the past several weeks, looking to cash in.
They just think there's dollar signs, and so they they do these crimes and they think that they can quickly cash them out.
Vancouver police say people looking to sell cards online are now being targeted. They recently arrested and released a suspect after 5 people reported being robbed while meeting a potential buyer.
So why did they arrest and release him? What are we doing? I mean, they didn't have no evidence on him or something? What happened?
Suspect asked if he could inspect the card. At that time, the suspect pulled out some bear sprayed the victim, and then ran away.
Police.
Yo, he grabbed the card, bear sprayed him, and ran off. Yo, no, I'm not. This is insane. This is.
Say 4 cards worth about $6,000 were stolen. 2 of them were allegedly recovered here.
VPD came to us 2 days ago, showed us some cards that were missing, and luckily we had the 2 cards that were missing here.
Wong says he lost money returning the cards to police, but he's happy the original owners got them back. Security measures are now standard at many shops, with the recent thefts top of mind.
I think that's like the nightmare of every shop owner, because every time we go home, we're sleeping, we're always worried that the alarm goes off, right?
Vancouver police say this latest case highlights just how risky it can be to meet a stranger through an online marketplace and try to exchange goods worth thousands of dollars. They're advising would-be sellers to meet in public places, like their safe exchange location here at VPD headquarters. Amelia John, CBC News, Vancouver.
This is crazy. This is going on in Canada, but they're right. Like, you're going to have to do this in a area like they have at a police station, or I would say this even for the owners. I said this in numerous live streams and other videos. If you're going to be doing this, what you're going to have to do is, put all your stuff in a place where nobody can get it in there. So you just can't have this stuff on display like they had. Like some of these stores have them out in the open, willy nilly. You just break the glass and you can take them once you get inside because they got them in a glass case. Like, nah, these very expensive ones, I mean, even the ones that's over $10, because these people are like crackheads now, right? They're just going through just getting all of them. So your best bet is to just say, hey, look, what I'm going to do is we're going to put all this stuff in the back, or we're going to put it in a safe. We're just going to have to, inventory this stuff and go back and, put it up for display every time we come back to work. And when it's time to close, that's going to be a part of our closing situation, or we're just going to put all this stuff in another room where nobody can get to it. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to be. Doc Type, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a great week and your weekend is going well. The weekend is going good so far for me. I really appreciate you coming through. But, this stuff is like getting ridiculous with all this stuff going on with Pokemon. I mean, people getting shot over Pokemon now. People are breaking into these stores. The police got to do stings over Pokemon. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't see where anybody could be like into this stuff at this point. I mean, I get it. The money is there. I'm not saying that some people could possibly get rich, but at this point, it's like, you gotta be careful if you're going to get into this. You gotta be careful. We need to invent a see-through vault for it. They got to do something with this Pokemon stuff. They got to. They need to do something. This is pretty bad. It's terrible. I just don't know what to say about it any longer. Like I've been following this for months, and every time it's like the same story. Somebody breaks into a store. They try to get into the store to see a card and they run out. Now, like I just talked about this the last video that we talked about before this, somebody is actually getting shot at the Pokemon vending machine. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand it, but hey, this is what they're doing. At least upgrade the bulletproof glass. And you know what? You can get bulletproof glass, or what you can do is, in my opinion, what I think they should do is they need to start getting some really good reinforced walls to put some of this stuff in, like a heavy duty safe for some of this stuff. You're just going to have to invest in it. Either one of the two, bulletproof glass, unbreakable glass, one of the two. I'm 100% with you there. 100%, because this is ridiculous. I don't think anything else is going on with Pokemon. Those are the two things that I saw That's kind of crazy. Let me pull up. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, the glass displays. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. If they just want to keep them in the displays, yeah, the bulletproof glass, absolutely. I think they should have bulletproof glass on the in as windows as well in the stores. I think we covered all of these. These carved a hole. I know what I want to do. Let me see. Let me see if I can find them. Did he come back? I don't think Pokey Dean came back since his incident. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't think he made a video since. Yeah, he's been gone for 2 months. He said he'll be back, and he hasn't come back since. I did a video about this, but I'm gonna go through. Let's go through his video because I want to see this again.
Like,
this is ridiculous.
Open. So as you can see, literally just came back, and this is literally my place. Opened the door, and immediately saw that everything was wrong. This is my hallway.
Look at this.
This is a box of stuff that I don't know why they've not taken. This definitely feels like a targeted attack because.
Sir, I'm almost 1,000% certain that whoever did this knows who you are. I'm 1,000% certain whoever did this know who you are. It is definitely targeted, and I'm not talking about like a YouTuber, subscriber came through here. Somebody knows you did this. It's gonna be more evidence to show you that that's the case.
Because some things have been left, like cheaper things, like a booster box. I'm trying not to touch anything because obviously there's going to be police involved. But they've taken all my expensive stuff. But this is my kitchen, literally been rummaged. And yeah, I had all my stuff that I've been.
Yeah, you're right, Doc Type. That is true. That's true. That's very true.
5 years.
And it kind of makes me it gives me cause to pause a little bit when I do my pickup videos. Because I don't think any of this stuff back here is that sought after. I'm buying like obscure games or something. So nothing that's really worth a lot of money. But I am mindful that, hey, stuff like that could be the case, depends on who's watching you or whatever. So I am a little mindful of that. But this Pokemon stuff, people are they're going after this stuff so bad, they would do stuff like this. But I do think on the flip side of that, my personal belief, I think who did this is somebody that knows him. I don't think it's somebody that saw him on YouTube and say, hey, let's go get him. I think somebody knows him did this. And like I said, we're going to go through this, and I'm going to show you why I think this is the case.
It's just taken from me in the space of a couple of days.
See, his Nintendo Switch is still there. That's stuff that tells me that, yeah.
That's the living room.
The Nintendo Switch is not hard to take. They could have took that even without the dock. They could have just took the Nintendo Switch.
This is my bedroom. This is literally how I've just come in here, and this is what it is. Everything has just been tipped up. My drawers have been taken out.
Look at this.
But the reason why I think this is a targeted attack, they've left like just random things. Like they've left like a 151 UPC, like ETBs. But they've taken all my expensive stuff because in my office, this is.
Yeah, they just took all the expensive stuff. All the other stuff is crazy. Yeah, you're different. People show how value. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I have some stuff in here that is somewhat valuable, but I would never show it off like that. And I'm not just talking about video games. I'm talking about in general. Like, yeah, but people like to show it off for clicks and views. I get it, but that's the price to pay. If you're going to do that, you need to get some good security in your house, or you need to possibly show some of this stuff off in a different location other than your house.
My office, there was a load of valuable things that I've had for a long time in there. I had a big box here that had a lot of booster boxes that I've been collecting over the years. And then if I turn around the corner,
That's where he did his videos at. There's PC down there.
backdrop,
That's where all this stuff was at. Look at
they
this.
had a base set booster box there. Some boxes I've had for like 4 years there.
And see, this is the thing. When you do videos with a backdrop like this, they know what exactly where everything is. See, they left his PlayStation 1. His old PlayStation 1 is still sitting there.
I had a Charizard UPC up there, but they left.
There's a Switch 2. A Switch 2 is just sitting there. His laptop still sitting there. They didn't care about that.
My laptop and my Nintendo Switch. This is my PC. Like, this is ridiculous. I had a load of stuff down here. Sorry if I don't sound so happy. They left the base set 2 empty base set 2 box though. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, this is literally what I've come home to. But yeah, I just wanted to show this just to let you guys know that obviously you guys have collections as well. I'd probably say do your utmost to keep them protected and safe because of how popular Pokemon is at the moment. There are
absolutely
nasty people out there that want to do this sort of stuff. Yeah, you can probably tell from how I'm talking. Like
yeah, you could tell he's distraught. I mean, he's and I wouldn't blame him. I mean, you work hard to build up all of this, and then this happens. And to me, I don't necessarily want to blame him for this because unlike these stores, like some of these stores, they should know better, especially when they know other places are being robbed. You should know better. You need to start reinforcing your stuff. This guy's at home. You don't expect stuff like this to happen at home. So that's the part that gets me is like, he's at home. You would think you're a little bit safe. You don't think anybody will break in. And like I said, I don't think this is random. This is not random. Somebody knew him did this. I firmly believe that whoever his quote unquote friends are, they did this. I don't think this is just some random YouTuber that did this. Right, exactly. They left the PC. It's somebody he knew. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They left the PC. They left the Switch 2. They left his Switch 1. They left, they left all kind of stuff that they could have took.
Shocked. I don't even know how to act right now. Like, this is something you never think could or would happen or would want to happen to you. But this is the reality of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Because this is the thing. Everybody knows that the Switch 2, however you may feel about the Switch 2 is still a somewhat of a sought-after item. And you don't need the dock of the Switch 2 to play Switch 2 games. You could just get a regular USB-C and plug it up and have you can have a regular USB-C and charge it. You don't need a dock. You could play games on it. You could just factory reset it and it's yours. Same thing with the Switch 1. So whoever did this, they knew who he was. This is not because if it was a stranger that did this, they would have took pretty much anything of value.
What's going to happen from now?
Especially a Switch, because the Switch and Switch 2 are so small to take. The PC, I get it. That's something hard to take out, grab and go, even though it's not as hard if you really think about it. But yeah, the PC, I can see them leaving it, but the Switch is no.
I've worked non-stop for the last 5 years, made a lot of sacrifices to get those items and those things, and they're very personal. There's some very personal things there to me from people, from you guys, from people I've met in the community, from meeting some of my favorite people.
Absolutely, Doc type, absolutely.
It's all gone.
Put it in the safe. All the valuable stuff goes in the safe and when you go out of town.
Some stuff I have never even shown you guys that I was hoping to do for a special video, like my complete PSA 10 poncho set. I had, like I said, a base set booster box. I had a black and white Plasma Storm booster box. All of the Sword and Shield to Sun and Moon to XY era boxes, most of them pretty much bar a couple. My graded cards, all got.
I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm not a Pokemon fan, but I do find it fascinating that this stuff is being stolen from people. And with me, I drive trucks now, right? But I have a criminal justice background. I mean, I went to school for criminal justice, and that's one of the things that I'm always fascinated with. I'm fascinated with crime, all types of crime, the justice system. I follow this all the time. So when I started hearing about them being stolen and robbed, it kind of piqued my interest because I always love, you know, crime stories and stuff. So I follow this stuff. I half of my life I went to school for it. You know, it's amazing what trends.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah. And now I got to clean all this up as well, by the way, which is going to be fun. So
I'm not about to go through the whole 18 minutes of this. Basically, he goes through the entire video. He talks about all the stuff. He goes through it. I think his mom even shows up to help him out or whatever. It just sucks. The whole thing just sucks. The whole thing. It's really ridiculous that this happens, and it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that way. But yeah, Pokemon incidents. It's ridiculous. It's really bad. What else I said I wanted to talk about? I got the whole thing up here. Next, I think is the Xbox. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. One thing I did want to do. Let's do this while we're here. I want to look at the Street Fighter trailer. Yeah, I want to look at the Street Fighter trailer. This is the new Street Fighter movie that's coming out October 16th. So I want to see. I never saw this. I never saw this trailer. It's my first time seeing it. I know the Mortal Kombat 2 movie is coming out soon, but I didn't. I want to see this. I've seen the Mortal Kombat trailer, but I haven't seen this. So I want to see what this hitting on. So this is my first time seeing it and react to it. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters. I won't deny.
Oh, they really got copyrighted music in here? Really? Why would they do that? Oh my God. Hold on a second. Why would they do this?
The world champion of Street Fighter! You win! Perfect.
You're not a warrior anymore.
I don't think that's copyrighted. I hope it's not.
What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
This is your shot at redemption.
Were you gonna show?
The path I'm on now is not one of combat.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions. Even if they're lost.
Good to see you, old friend.
What? Hold on. What the hell is this? No, like seriously, this looks goofy. What the hell? This looks goofy.
Still reckless. Sit down. This tournament is not what it seems. We have to be ready.
Now I know that's copyrighted music. I mean, come on, man. What the hell?
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu. Do it, Ryu!
Perfect.
What? What was this? And listen, I do like the fact that they actually have the characters from Street Fighter in this game compared to like the last one back in the 90s. I mean, they had the characters, but they was looking kind of wonky. This one actually looks like the characters that was based on the game. They look better, but this looks like something. It looks like it has no story. It just maybe the story is the actual original story. I don't know, but I'm not watching this. I will watch this when it comes to like TV or something. like what was this? I don't I don't know. It's like, okay. I don't know. I'm lost. But nevertheless, what's the next thing we're going I said I wanted to talk about, because that's let's talk about Xbox. Let's talk about Xbox. Asa Shamara is the new CEO of Xbox. And since the whole situation with Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, they're gone. And there's a lot of things that are being changed with Xbox, and it looks like it's for the better. So I'm really interested in this. And we're going to talk about this and give my thoughts as well. Asher Samara targets exclusivity and Game Pass pricing. This was 2 days ago. Let's say it's been a rough. Can I turn this to dark mode? I don't think I can. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to go through all that. We'll just rock with it. We'll do this. Okay, that's better. It's been a rough couple of years for to be an Xbox fan since 2024, since Microsoft announced it'd be porting first-party titles to PlayStation and Nintendo. The identity crisis only deepened. The strategy sounds good on paper. More players, more sales, more revenue. But on the ground, it gutted one of the last compelling reasons to actually own an Xbox console. Why buy the hardware when the software is showing up on competitors' doorstep? Exactly. It's one of the reasons why I got rid of my Xbox. I don't have my Xbox anymore because of this. You know, it's kind of crazy. Then came 2025 when things continued to spiral downward. Xbox hit its fan base with not one but two console price increases, followed by a staggering 50% hike to Game Pass Ultimate, jumping from $19.99 a month to $29.99 a month. A layer on top of the tone deaf, this is an Xbox marketing campaign where you had a brand that looked like it was in free fall. Yeah, everything was an Xbox, even your smart TV. It was ridiculous. Like, who needs an Xbox when you can play anywhere? But there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. New CEO Asa Shamara and her team appear to acknowledge that the current trajectory isn't sustainable. Based on recent reports, the conversations happening behind closed doors at Microsoft might signal a real change in direction. When Shamara was appointed in February, the reaction from the gaming community was largely skeptical. Yeah, I agree. She had no prior experience in the gaming industry. Her background as president, Microsoft core AI division, only fueled fears that Xbox was about to become a testing ground for AI integration rather than a platform focused on delivering great games. And I still think that could be an issue. Don't let this stuff that she said or what she's saying fool you. This still could be a thing. But in relative short window, Shamara has managed to shift the conversation in her favor through the action rather than corporate platitudes. Early wins targeting fan requests, console updates, including a well-received quick resume and Xbox achievement overhauls, show that they're trying to make a statement. Her public reveal Project Helix, its first console messaging, gave Xbox fans something tangible to rally around the first time in years. And when she personally directed the scrubbing of This Is Xbox campaign, Xbox Wire and official channels, it sent a clear message. She basically said that it didn't feel like Xbox, and Shamara is personally leading the reset of the show. of how we show up as a brand. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Look, you can play on your phone, laptop, whatever this handheld is, the Rogue Ally, the Xbox Series, Samsung. This is ridiculous. Let's see what else. Good. Okay, let's go to the exclusivity discussion. According to Windows Central, Jez Corden on the latest Xbox or the XB2 podcast, there are currently massive internal discussions having the Xbox about the future of game exclusivity. Corden didn't go into deep specifics about what he's heard, but he did acknowledge that the team recognizes the value of that exclusive titles bringing to the platform. I just made a video about this saying that, hey, look, if Xbox want value to their consoles, they need to start putting exclusive titles back on the console. The central attention becomes down to what kind of company Xbox wants to be, an ecosystem first company or a publisher first one. Yeah, it's totally up to you which one you want to be. That's the question Xbox has been fumbling for years now. Multi-platform approach undeniably brought in revenue. Yeah, it did, because Forza Horizon and Sea of Thieves, they did very well on PlayStation and in some cases Nintendo hardware. But doing so, Xbox effectively told his own console base that owning an Xbox wasn't necessary anymore. Yeah, it's great. I got Forza 5 on PS5. Oh, I can play it on my PC. Well, I'm going to get rid of my Xbox Series, and I don't have any plans on buying another one, which I do have plans on buying another Xbox, but for different reasons. You can't really do both well. If Xbox tried to be everything to everyone, well, the hardware side of business risks shrinking into irrelevance. Now, you don't have to say it. You said that too long. You said it too long in the tooth. If you're trying to be everything to everyone, then you're nothing to nobody. That's basically what it is. And with Project Helix, Xbox next generation console confirmed in the near future. That's a risk a company can't afford to take. Only time will tell. Yeah. Game Pass overhaul is needed. I don't need to go through all of this here. Basically, just look at this. Too expensive for players. It's simple. That's basically what it is. At $29.99 a month, I backed out of it. I was like, I'm good. I don't need that anymore. So PC Game Pass rose 37%. I wonder why. Not the sales, I'm sorry, but the price did. It was $11.99, now it's $16.49. Sorry about that. But yeah, Microsoft tried to justify the increase by building extras in like Ubisoft Plus, classics, and Fortnite Crew. Nobody wants those. Well, I know I don't anyway. And a lot of people overlook the ambitions of promise of 75 plus day one releases per year. But for a large portion of subscribers, those additions didn't come along. You got to understand, like, all of these games sound cool, but honestly, once you get into Game Pass and you have Game Pass, you barely forget about the 75 plus games. You really do. You forget about them. At the end of the day, you want to play what you want to play. All of these games sound great, but we're not going to try to play all of these games. Like right now, I was looking at PC Game Pass on my PC earlier today. For $16.49, there's about 5 games on there right now that I want to play that I do not have. So for $16.49, I can pay that for the next 3 months or whatever, play the 5 games and just unsubscribe until I get that fix again to find those 4 or 5 games I want to play, and I'll re-up again and play for a couple of months and then back out. Get 5 games for what? 16 times 3, maybe what, $60 something? I mean, I can live with that. What exactly a better option equation looks like is still anyone's guess, but there's speculation that a lower price tiers included rumor Triton tier reportedly focus on first-party Xbox titles only. Now, that would be cool. If you give us only first-party titles, and I pay, let's say, $19.99. First-party titles, $24.99. I may think about it. Reports have also floated that ad-supported option, even discussions between Microsoft and Netflix about potential bundling. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Nothing has raised more eyebrows than the rumor Call of Duty could leave Game Pass entirely. A stunning reversal given that saw that Activision Blizzard flagship franchise achieved a key justification for the $69 billion acquisition. Let me tell you something. They should get rid of that. Take Call of Duty off completely. That should not be a part of Game Pass. But if you have Game Pass, you get a discount on Call of Duty games. The next, like let's say with Call of Duty Black Ops 7, that was a thing, right? That came out at $70. If you had Game Pass, let's say if you had Game Pass Ultimate, you get Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for $50. Or you get any of the other Call of Duties that's out right now. You might want to go back and play it or whatever. Take it off of there. But you take the Call of Duty and discount it by 50 or 40 or 30 or hell, even 60%. You can get any Call of Duty related game for half off just for having Game Pass. Depending on the tier Game Pass. Yeah, depends on it. Yeah, exactly. If you have like the original, the basic Game Pass, right? You have the basic Game Pass. And for Call of Duty, it's not on Game Pass. But if you have the basic Game Pass tier, you get 20% off. If you got the middle version, you get 30% off. If you have the top tier, it's 50% off the game. So you'll be essentially paying $35 for Game Pass. I mean, $35 for Call of Duty as a discount for having Game Pass. I don't see a problem with that. That's an excellent idea, Doc Type. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what it would be. Instead of just taking it off altogether and Call of Duty will still be, $70 for everybody. Give people an incentive to have Game Pass. Well, if you get Game Pass, you get a discount on Call of Duty day one. And not only that, if you keep Game Pass, you have a discount on all Call of Duty titles. I usually buy those if I want them when they're going. Yeah, but just imagine if you had Game Pass, Call of Duty will always be on sale. Yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare. Was it Modern Warfare 2019? The first Modern Warfare that came back. That's the last one I played, and I played the campaign and put it down. I think I put it on my other channel as far as streaming. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me see. When the last time I played that? Let me see. Hold on, I gotta go to the. Hold on 1 second. Let me look at this playlist. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, this is my other channel right here. And this is the last time I played it, right? I played it on my sport. This is when I had gaming stuff on my other channel. And I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I played stream 1, 2, and 3. And I completed the whole game in 3 sets. This is the last time. This was what? 6 years ago. This is the last time I played Call of Duty. So I'm with you on that. Like, look, I'm Call of Duty out as well. Is it? Yeah. Make the campaigns longer than maybe I'll buy them day one. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's well, I will say this. There is some sort of a there's somewhat of a what you want to call it? What would I call it? A resurgence of single player content. So that could be the case at some point. Shamara mentioned in her memo that she plans to go deeper with Xbox team in the coming weeks. More concrete details could surface soon. I don't know if she said that on here, but they're supposed to be revamping the achievements as well for Xbox. So this is all the other stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, they're supposed to be revamping the achievements in other stuff with Xbox. So it's gonna be interesting. When they have the showcase in June, that's gonna tell you everything what they're doing. They're also supposed to be doing some backwards compatibility stuff. So that's gonna be cool. So all that's gonna tell you exactly what they're looking for. Yeah, it's coming full circle. You know, a lot of companies getting away from that online, all this other stuff that's going on with what you call it? What's the thing called? Live services and stuff. I think PlayStation just tried to do another live service and it didn't work out. So I think it's going to be a change with a lot more of single player content. I think it's going to be something different coming up very, very soon. Look out for Xbox to go on sale during that showcase. I almost guarantee. Yeah. If you want a console, they probably would try to drop the price on the Xbox console. And on a lot of their games as well. So I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. What else I said I wanted to touch on? Let me see that real quick. Okay. I'm almost done to the end of the video. Okay, I'm almost done with all the topics I want to talk about. That's pretty cool. I want to talk about this video right here before I get out of here. No, before I get to this video, I want to talk about another video before I get to this. I did a video about this, but I want to actually react to it again. This is a really cool video.
Retro gaming.
All right, let's see. This is a really cool video. If you haven't seen this, I want to talk about this again because I truly believe everything that's going on right here.
Retro gaming is having a bit of a comeback with more people picking up the controller as part of their digital disconnect. It's not just fun and games though, with experts saying a hit of nostalgia could level up your mental health.
Inside this Brisbane garage, a joystick journey back in time. A retro gaming rewind with nostalgia nestled between every case.
Original PlayStation on this side, and then PlayStation 2 over here.
That's a pretty cool setup, but I don't know if I want something this elaborate. I think what I got here is good enough, but what he got is something really cool. But yeah, we're going to talk about the benefits of retro gaming.
Cartridge, and even the big beige box computer with rollerball mouse and
a dial-up modem.
Bo and his wife Emily have spent 20 years on this collection.
Started off as nostalgia. We learned that we had the same passion for gaming. It just brings back so many memories from being a kid in the 80s and 90s.
Now a full-time career with hundreds of thousands of social media followers, sharing rare finds and even scouring hard rubbish collection for old televisions, chasing a simple experience in the growing digital disconnect.
Yo, wait a minute. I know he picked up that. Let me go back. Go back a little bit. Yo, he's picking up this. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for picking up CRT televisions, but one thing is missing on it. It doesn't have a cord. What is going to plug this up to? Like whoever dumped this TV, it doesn't have a cord on it.
Chasing a simple experience.
Look at this. It's right there. It's right there. It's cut. Where my mouse is. So what? They must have did this for the video. Yeah, they must have just showed for the video that this is what people do. Yeah, people do this. I was one of those people that did this. I mean, I have my CRT like right here, back here. So yeah, maybe he fixes. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe he fixes them because it doesn't take much. You're right, because it doesn't take much to actually get the cord back up. You just know how to wire. You're good. you can save the television. So that's a good point.
Growing digital disconnect.
It's become an escape from what's become such a connected online world. You don't have to worry about DLCs, notifications constantly asking you to buy something.
In Australia,
Absolutely. That's one thing I love about my retro games. You don't have to worry about, like, I was playing Tekken 4 the other night. I was live streaming Tekken 4, popped the game in, and I just started playing. I don't have to worry about logging in. I don't have to worry about all these games in my face telling me to buy, or go to this, go to that. It just went straight to the game. I love that.
even major retailers are now stocking 25-year-old games again, part of a growing $3.5 billion global industry.
The recent studies have also shown that little hit of nostalgia can also benefit your mental health, almost like passing that Mario level or beating the boss in Street Fighter 2. Excuse me.
Nostalgia. That's pretty cool. But yeah, look for CRT to make. I hope they make a comeback. I mean, this one I got right here, somebody actually, they were, speaking of wiring, they put a SCART input on this TV back here. So I have actual SCART inputs, and it shows beautiful on that TV. It's amazing.
Gaming can be good for experiences when you're feeling lonely.
Let me go back again. Let me go back a little bit.
Nostalgic gaming can be good for experiences when you're feeling
or beating the boss in Street Fighter.
I want to see this again.
Excuse me.
Nostalgic gaming can be good for experiences when you're feeling lonely or feeling out of sorts, because you get to reconnect with something.
Short-term boosts to life satisfaction, a sense of achievement, as well as family connection and personal identity.
Sometimes the game honestly wasn't that important. It was the cousins they played with, the smell of the turkey on the holiday in the basement around the Nintendo.
Yo, what kind of Nintendo that is, right? That looks pretty dope.
It's about as close as we can come to a time machine.
And all the memories that come with it. Ned Balm, 9 News.
I don't care about that. But yeah, like, this is the thing, right? You can find your way in retro gaming. I think retro gaming is something that it's not just retro, I'm just gaming in general. It is such a great outlet to have, and it really saved people's lives out here. I mean, and some people be going through it, and without gaming, some people may not go far. That's a Japanese. Yeah. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back to that.
Retro gaming.
Maybe. I know one of them is a Japanese Nintendo. I'm talking about. Let me move this. I know this is Super Famicom. I'm talking about this one over here. I never seen that with that writing on it. I have one of these. Okay, do me a favor. Get that over there for me. No, go right there. The Super Nintendo right there. Is it plugged up? Bring it here. Yeah, bring it. Yeah, see, I have one of those. Hold on. Okay, son. See, I have one of these. So I know what that is. I was talking about this over here. I'd never seen with that writing on it. Hold on.
The turkey on the holiday in the basement around the Nintendo.
See, it's right there. What kind of Nintendo was that with that writing on it?
Well, it always been like that.
Yeah, but it has that little bit of writing under it. I never seen that before. I just want to. Maybe that's an Australian thing, because this is an Australian, channel. This is they're in Australia doing this video. But yeah, that right there. I have a Super Famicom right here. I love this thing. This thing is Super Famicom. This thing is great. I think it looks way better than the. Yeah. I want to know what is this. Let me see if I can look that up. Let's see if I can look it up. Let me see. See if I can find Asian version. Oh, let me look at the images. Nope, not that one. What is this? Okay, this is the database for all variations. Oh no, it was there. That website's gone. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I want to know what kind of. Is this it? Does it say NES version?
Turkey on the holiday in the basement around the Nintendo.
I went too far back.
The smell of the
It says MA on it. So what does MA? What is that? I'm gonna find it. Oh, I found it. 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 I'm gonna show it to you. I found it. It's the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the Mattel version. Because it says MA. That's it right there. It's the Mattel version. See, it says MA right there. That's it. That's what it is. So what is the Mattel version? What is this? A Mattel NES brand in the United Kingdom, Italy, Australia, and New Zealand. There were negligible differences than the Mattel NES and the standard NES, both manufactured by Nintendo and play compatible game cartridges. So I take it still plays it was a PAL console. It was a PAL version optimized for European television standard games and designed for that region. By the early 1990s, Nintendo had assumed that direct control of European distribution, and the NES version became the standard throughout the continent. Okay, so that's what it was. Because I saw it, I was like, I never seen that. It says MA. I like, what kind of
turkey?
Like, what kind of console? I've never seen that, but now it's a Mattel version. That's interesting. I never seen that. That's pretty cool. Learn something new, because I'm gonna be honest. I saw the NES version before. I saw the one that said NES, but I never seen that one. Like the NES version. I'm gonna see if I can find the NES. The NES version is slightly different. It basically says NES on it. It doesn't matter. It looks the same. It just says NES on the side. That's all it is. But yeah, before I get out of here, I want to talk about this video right here.
Gaming.
This is a very good video, and I highly recommend checking this out. What's going on, Clean? How you doing? I highly recommend checking this one out. I think a lot of people can relate to this. I don't have to give much commentary to this. I am going to stop and go just for the sake of, I don't want to seem like I'm not, transforming the content. But it's from the Ty Buggy podcast. Shout out to him. And I don't know much about his content, but this video came up on my feed one day, and it pretty much caught, my attention. So let's look at this.
Gaming is becoming the new therapy, especially for men. The cheetah girls ain't gonna like this video. I can't stand a grown-ass man that play video games. I can't stand them.
I don't. My wife, she is extremely supportive of what I do. She's extremely supportive, and she encouraged me to do this because she knows that, one, not trying to be funny, but she knows I'm in a house. I'm not out in the street hanging out with friends and or doing whatever. Like, I'm not doing that. And also, she knows that I'm really passionate about this hobby, and she wants me to be happy. So she lets me. I can say, well, I guess she let, right? Our wives let us do stuff. She very much supports what I do. Right, exactly, dog type. Exactly. She's no, I'm not out in the bars. I'm not out in the streets. I'm not doing none of this stuff. And my wife, she plays games too. She's a gamer. You know, she likes to play her little, NES games. She play games on her phone. She plays a few things. She actually likes she likes watching me play games as well. So it's a wash. It works out very, very well. Let me get, he looks kind of crazy right here, right?
Hey, grow up. What are you, 14? Go build a house. Go work on a car. I know there's a transmission that need to be replaced. Can't stand a grown-ass man that get off work and play video games. Cheetah Girls ain't gonna like this. The Cheetah Girls is not gonna like this video. But it's cool. Because my fellas that know, they know. All right, so without further ado, before we get started into some of the videos that we're gonna react to.
Oh, no, but it's give and take, Doc type. Absolutely. When my wife wants something, I drop everything. I drop everything when she wants something because she don't ask for much, for one. And the fact that she is okay with me doing this, I gotta, in return, I have to, honor whatever she wants because that's fair, right?
Today, make sure you hit that like button. If you need a daily podcast to watch, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. I post every single day except for Saturdays because Sundays we do a scripture reading, all right? So, that being said, if you need a virtual homie, allow me to be your virtual homie. Now, I mean, we gonna talk every single day anyways. I'm just here to make your work
exactly, Doc type.
Faster.
Exactly.
That's just what I'm here for. All right. Anyways, y'all, without further ado.
Listen, you can talk shit about video games all you want, but you really don't understand. This is literally keeping fuckers alive. Like, you don't understand. It is all some people have. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how playing Red Dead Redemption 2 through COVID, almost dying of COVID, and losing my mama to COVID, like literally kept me alive. I can't stress it enough. So before you dog people for gaming, for you dog people for online communities, understand this shit keeps people here. And that's the reason I do this streaming and do this mental health stuff and, try to create a space and a place for people to just come and just chill, man. Just like talk about your issues if you want to. If not, man, just shut your brain off.
This is one of the reasons why I do this channel. Like, I have my other channel, my sports channel or whatever, and I talk about sports over there. But now the thing about it is, like, sports don't even feel like a getaway anymore. Like, yeah, you root for your favorite teams, you watch the sports, and it is kind of like, it does turn off some things, but it doesn't feel like a true getaway. But when you do this right here, this type of stuff right here is the stuff that really relieves stress, like Doc type said. Look, he retired from public safety and gaming. Like, I don't know what line of the public safety you done, but see me, I was a law enforcement officer for years. Before I started driving trucks, I was in law enforcement for years. And this stuff that I decided to pick up, you did paramedic, okay. So I was a police officer and I did correctional officer. I did both. And I did juvenile corrections. So I was on the street at one point and I was behind the bars as far as law enforcement. But this stuff that I collect, this stuff got me through, and it shut out all the BS that I was dealing with when I was wearing the badge. It got me through a whole bunch of stuff, dealing with work. You did it for 27 years. Congrats. Salute to you, because paramedic is no joke. I did law enforcement for 10. I did it for 10 years. I got out of college when I was 23, 20. Well, I got out of college when I was 22. I laid down for a little bit. I did little odd jobs here and there, but I went to school for criminal justice. And then I finally decided to go into law enforcement after a couple years. Did it from 24 to about 34. And then ever since then, I've been driving trucks ever since. So, 33. No, 34. Yeah, I've been driving trucks for 10 years, since 2015. So it's been about, let's say, 9 years I was doing law enforcement. But yeah, it takes a toll on you, bro. Like, this stuff right here, it's not just because I'm sitting here and I want to have fun and I'm just playing games or whatever. That's not just it. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff really, I'm like this guy right here. I'm gonna go back and you can listen to him. I haven't had all the unfortunate events that he had with COVID or whatever, but you know, coming home from work after working 12, 14, 16 hours of what I've done, you needed something because if you didn't, you was left to some vices that just not healthy.
I can't stress it enough. So before you dog people for gaming, for you dog people for online communities, understand this shit keeps people here. And that's the reason I do this streaming and do this mental health stuff and, you know, try to create a space and a place for people to just come and just chill, man. Just like talk about your issues if you want to. If not, man, just shut your brain off. Just relax. Just hang out and watch it. Listen, you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of the reasons why, like I said, I did my sports channel, and that's still up and running. But I've been way more involved with this side because the sports stuff, I don't know what it is about sports. It still stresses you out, right? Your team don't win. You know, you can't, you know, you don't understand why things happen in certain sports. And you still end up in some cases still just as stressed as you were before you started. But this right here, it takes everything away, man. It really does something.
You can talk shit about.
This was the video that inspired me to do this video. I seen this video probably months ago, scrolling on Instagram on the reels or whatever, and this video popped up, saved it, you know, kept it in the archives, but then I remembered it this morning. As I told y'all that this week, you know, has been past 2 weeks has been trying weeks, you know, for me. And it's so funny when I look back at my college years or just right after college, my bros used to always play the game. Shout out to my boy Taco. He used to always play the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I used to always say to him, like, yo, bro, we could be doing some other things, some productive things, like, other than playing the game. Like, bro, you know, I was that friend. Like we're grown men, bro. Like, why are we playing the game? So now that I am a married man, I actually catch myself playing the game more, right? I have a balance where I spend time with family. I get my work done. I work out. I eat healthy. But my downtime, my decompressing time is really on the game.
Right, exactly. And that's me. And like I said, I'm so thankful that my wife is supportive of me. Like when we got into this house, like, and when we purchased our old house, one thing that and we're going to purchase a new one. This is not going to be a house that we're going to stay in. We do plan on buying another house at some point. But one thing she really said, she always mentions that I want you to have a space where you can have your time. Because my wife, I mean, her time is sitting on the couch, and she has her own office because she works from home or whatever, you know. So she has her own office, but she's like, you need your space as well. And you know, my son, I mean, every place is his place, right? You know. But she wanted me to have a space of my own because she was there. Yeah, she was there when I used to come home from work. And, you know, when I came home from work and I just had that look on my face. That was what she would say. You had this look on your face. Like you done been on the beat. You done been in the streets all day working. You've been in a prison system. You work 12 hours, you know, at the prison or whatever, and you come home and I just see this look on your face. And I knew that I'll get a little bit more personal. Yeah, the look of despair, right. The money was good. The benefits are great. Working in that line of work, you're going to be fine. It's a prestigious job. You get great benefits. You get a pretty decent pay. You're taken care of. But yeah, you're beat up. Exactly. You're just beat up. And she was like, and we was living in an apartment at the time. And she was like, when we buy our house, it was even before we got married. She's like, when we buy a house, I want you to have your space where you can get away from it all. Because clearly when you come home, like I never took it out on her. Like I never, you know, but she could tell like something wasn't right. And she really realized that like, yo, it wasn't even the day I went to work. It was the day before I went to work. Like my last day off before I went to work, She said, your whole demeanor just changed. It's like you feel like you just try to detach yourself from everything because you're trying to get into this demeanor to go back to work and put this strong face on for work. She was like, you don't need to be like that. You need to do something different. And lo and behold, her dad drive trucks. And she was like, you maybe you need to look into driving truck. I mean, I never thought about driving 18-wheelers. There was nothing I thought about doing. But she was like, you need to be in a space where you can get away from it. Or you need to do something the complete opposite of what you're doing. You're in a space where you're confined all day working in a prison system, dealing with inmates, dealing with other staff members, which, to be honest with you, working in a prison is not about the inmates. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not about the inmates. Working in a prison system is dealing with your fellow officers. Trust and believe that. The inmates are a problem, but they're not the problem. It's the other officers. And I love the people I work with, and there's nothing against them, but they know they will tell you the same thing. I'm not lying. But she said you need to do something the total opposite. So now when I'm at work, I'm in an 18-wheeler. I see the road. I feel like I'm free as a bird. I am out in the open. And it's totally different from where I was in my other job. So, and I'm not saying this, but I mean, if you're single, that's cool. It's nothing wrong with being single. Take care of yourself and what you got to do. But if you got a significant other, make sure you have somebody who really cares about you. Because without her, there's none of this. She knew I love video games, and she gave me she gave me the advice to say, you need to tap into that. You love video games. You've been loving video games since you were a kid. Tap into that. And the only thing she asked in return is, if you're going to do this, make sure you take care of the household. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't buy anything crazy where it compromises the necessities of the house. Exactly. Find a significant other that pushes you towards peace. Exactly. And that's what she did. That's what she did. And this is not necessarily about it. This is just about gaming health in general. And I realized, like, look, I found that in her. And I think me and this guy got the same type of mouse. Like, look right here. You see his mouse? Look at my mouse. It's almost the same. Like my mouse, I'm sorry. Like my mouse is almost the same as his. Except mine is black and his is white. Kind of interesting. I just saw that. What did you say earlier? Yeah, games are, yeah, right. Yeah, I understand dot type. He said, we are a community. I'm proud of our game community. You, my wife, put some lady in her place when she laughed when I started playing games at Best Buy with some kids. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some people are extremely ignorant when it comes to gaming. They think this stuff is for kids. And to be honest, if you really look at the landscape of gaming nowadays, gaming is not for kids. They don't even cater to that demographic. To be quite honest, even with Nintendo don't cater to that demographic. They just happen to make games that are kid friendly. But you better believe Nintendo is not making games for children. They're not. It just looks like that way. When you see these games that Nintendo come out with, they're for people like us. They're basically stringing along the people who grew up in the 80s and 90s. And they're basically living off that nostalgia for us to play those games. Exactly. And you know what Nintendo does is so genius? They know that a lot of us have children. They know that we're the ones with the wallets. We're the ones with the money. The kids aren't. Right, exactly. It's geared towards us. They know that we have the money. So if we are impressed with the advertisement that Nintendo was pulling, we're going to buy it. And at the same time, that nostalgia is going to be passed down to my kid. or someone else's children or their children, and it's a win-win. Now we're playing the games, the kids playing the game. This is why I have a Nintendo Switch and a Switch 2 here, but I don't touch it. My son plays those things. He plays the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sitting here still playing the Super Nintendo. I'm like, look, I'm playing Lost Levels on the Super Nintendo. He's like, well, I'm playing Lost Levels on Nintendo online service on their Nintendo eShop thing. Nintendo is brilliant with that because they know that we're going to buy it for our kids. But yeah, this is. I don't think people realize that. Like, she's sitting. This lady is laughing at you playing games with children, and not to realize that it's geared towards us. And that same lady who's laughing about you playing games at Best Buy with some kids, tell her to open up her phone and see how many gaming apps she got on her phone. She's playing some goofy game on her phone. I bet her phone is filled with it.
And what I found, what the game does for me is that it's the one place that if I mess up, the castle doesn't fall in real life. If I do good, I'm rewarded. You know what I mean? I don't have to stress about so many things relying on me. You know, it's really that moment of let's just chill.
Yeah.
You know, let's just sit back, relax, and, just chill. Now, some people would be like, yeah, but that's not real dopamine. Well, listen to what my day is. You know what I mean? I real life work. I real life have properties. I real life work out. I real life take care of my family and spend time with my family. What's wrong with a little bit of gaming for myself?
Absolutely. Well said. Absolutely.
And then I sit here and I think about people that maybe their situation ain't the best. Like they're in a toxic environment. Gaming really helps people get their mind off of that.
Yeah, exactly. I know somebody who played video games and they were just going through it, not just with their job, but just with life in general. And they didn't have nothing special when it comes to gaming. I think this was like back in this had to be like 2012 or 2013. No, I take that back. This was like 2009, 2008. And they worked, but the job they had wasn't the best. It wasn't a stressful job, but they just had a job that just made ends meet. And they really felt like they couldn't get through, what they were going through. They had 2009, they had a PlayStation 1. And I think they had like maybe 3 or 4 games with it. I can't remember the games. I know one of the games was Loaded. I don't know if you ever remember Loaded on the PlayStation 1. Go look it up. Loaded on PS1 I think it was like a game that came out as a launch title for PS1. So he had that game and he had a couple other ones. But I know that PlayStation 1 meant everything to him. He still got that game. Believe it or not, I don't have that game and I want it. I want that game and I don't have it. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I've seen it in the store plenty of times and I keep passing up on it. And I do want that game. And matter of fact, I'm surprised that game hasn't come out on the PlayStation 5 as a backwards compatible with the rest of the OG games. But nevertheless, he played those 3 or 4 games all the time and it got him through a lot of stuff until he was able to find that job that he got and got on his feet and actually was able to build something with the money that he had. But without that, this dude would have went home barely making ends meet and not having that outlet, no telling what would have happened. So this is a big deal that people don't want to talk about. They think it's fun and games, but it's not.
I'm making this video for the ladies. Don't judge your man. Not me for using this as a way to just escape for a little bit. You know? The thing about being a man, let me tell y'all something, right? The thing about being a man, a lot of my fellas will relate to this. It's almost, it's almost like it's never enough. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's never enough to the people that's around you, you know, people are ungrateful, anything like that, but it's never enough for you.
Right.
There's always a new height.
Yes.
There's always man, I was trying to get here and now I'm here and all right, now it's like, what's next?
I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I talk about my health as well, like physical health. I had that feeling at all the time where I felt like I couldn't do enough. I guess you could say it was borderline anxiety because I'm a collective person because I keep things in perspective. But as a man, you do have those times where you feel like you're not doing enough, just like you said. And I had to find ways to calm myself down. And one of the ways I've done that, I started taking vitamin B supplements. Now, I know that may sound a little crazy, but vitamin B, if you don't have enough in your system, it can change your mood based on what you eat or don't eat. Because some of the foods that you eat, put you in a vitamin B deficiency. And that could be very unhealthy if you don't have enough vitamin B in your system. So with me, I lost almost 40 pounds. I lost a lot of weight. And during that time, one of the things that my physician, what she said was, you're lacking some vitamin B. And it's one of the reasons why you can't really function the way you want to with certain things. You always feel like you got to do this, you got to do that. You're always on the go, go, go. And you're eating unhealthy food because you're not sitting down to eat the proper foods. So I'm not like on the go, go, go as far as being physically fit and doing the right thing. I'm on the go, 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 feel like I got to work, I got to go do this, I got to go do that. And I'm never taking the time to take care of myself. So I started taking vitamin B supplements and it has lowered the way I feel about a lot of things. I don't know if that's a thing for you guys, but it's something to consider if you haven't, thought about stuff like that. Getting vitamin B complex. I mean, those are, for the most part, they're safe unless if you got other things going on, you might want to consult your doctor or whatever. But for me, that's what it worked. That's what worked for me.
Gaming is the one place that, yeah, there's levels, but at the same time, it's not really pressure. It's not pressure to constantly go to the next one, unless you make that real pressure for yourself. I hope that makes sense. Man, this topic really got me thinking right now. But you know what else I've been thinking about? The fact that my subscribers are making money. So this...
Yo, we're not about to do an ad. I'm sorry. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't want to do free money for playing games. That sounds cool, but yeah. When I went through that, my wife started me. Yeah, exactly. The food you put in your body makes a difference. And I never realized that until last year when I started really looking into my health. It makes a huge difference on how you feel, how you look at things your perspective on things. What you put in your body really reflects on the type of person you are. Like, seriously. It really makes a difference of what you put in your body. Eat healthy, you will feel different, you will think different, you will process things different.
Thing is saving lives. It's literally stopping people doing shit. It's helping people in so many fucking ways. It's taken away all the sadness, all the pain of reality. It's taken them into another world and forget that shit.
Yo, as I was getting these videos to react to and stuff, I was thinking about the year that I went through a really bad depression, right? I would come home and literally, y'all, it'd be beautiful. It would be nice and sunny outside. I was living by myself, and I would go right to sleep. I would literally sleep until the sun go down. I'd wake up, maybe work out, and then go right back home and just go back and eat and go back to sleep. That was literally my life for like a year. And
before my wife came into my life and I was working in corrections, that's exactly what I was doing. I would come home, go to sleep. It'd be great, beautiful outside. I would go to sleep. And it didn't help because I worked overnight at the time, because I worked at night, 12-hour shift overnight. Come home in the morning, it looks beautiful. People like, saying, man, you need to go get something, to eat or whatever. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I was just go to sleep and get up and go to work. And you've been married for 34 years. That's awesome. She also said something pretty profound, because I was thinking I wasn't doing. She said, you keep on killing spotters and that's enough. She also said something pretty profound that I was thinking when I wasn't doing it. She said, you keep on killing the spotters and that's enough. I'll have to dwell on that. That's pretty heavy. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. Everyone get their NeoGeo pre-order. Yeah, I agree. Go get the NeoGeo pre-order. $249. It's $249 to buy one.
Nobody really knew about this. I wasn't really social. I couldn't really pull myself out of it. And when I look back at it, I'm like, dang, man, like.
All right, Clean, you have a good one, man. You take care. I'll see you on the next one.
Great. Like, it would have really gave me the excitement without having to go out, spend money for excitement, or go out and be in people's faces that I really ain't got no business really being in your face for real. Like, I'm just going through something and I'm trying to replace you.
All right, hold on. I'm going to go to the next one. What's the next one right here?
What the brother's saying.
Yep. That's exactly what it does.
Yo, it's like a quick escape for reality.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It does. And the thing about it is,
it's
when I'm on here live, that's what it does for me. Like, I have all this stuff going on, and when I go live and talk to you guys, everything shuts off. Unless my wife hits me up. I went through a deep depression before I retired. I was done. I was worrying about too much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's another thing about the job that I was doing. It's like, with my job, I was more like worrying. I worried about my fellow officers when they were at work. I worried about myself. And it wasn't like health-wise, where I was just worrying about just getting through the day, just getting by. I was worrying about finances. I was worrying about buying a home. Because like I said, me and my wife we was living in an apartment at the time. I was worrying about so much stuff. And she was like, yo, you need to do something that you love. And that's when it happened.
It's facts. It's definitely facts what the brother's saying. Yo, it's like a quick escape for reality. But one thing I do want to say about this, there is a level of abusing it. There is a level of, bro, you're getting fake dopamine. Go out and go get it in the world. Like, I strongly believe that you should reward yourself for doing good work. Listen to a lot of people saying at the end of the day, this is my vice. This is what I do, right? This is my fun. You can't just wake up, play the game all day.
No, you can't.
You
That's
can't
true.
just not be productive,
right,
and play the game all day. Like those people that are overweight, eating junk, not really, making progress financially. You ain't got no business playing the game, in my opinion. Is what I do at the end of the day.
Because for me, I gained weight because that was my first time when I was driving trucks. It was my first time being on the truck and not being physical. Like, I gained all this weight back in 2022, 2023 because I was literally on a truck. My 18-wheeler, I didn't have to take none of the freight off. I just sat in the truck and let everybody in the back do all the work. And I was like, that's how I gained all my weight.
This is my vice. This is what I do, right? This is my fun. You can't just wake up, play the game all day. You can't just not be productive and play the game all day. Like those people that are overweight, eating junk, not really, making progress financially. You ain't got no business playing the game, in my opinion.
I agree.
Now, I mean, like, you're rewarding yourself for doing nothing. In fact, the things out of life that you should be getting dopamine from, you have now replaced those things that you should be doing with fake dopamine, because the video games is fake dopamine.
Yeah,
at that point, you're not actually accomplishing anything in real life.
Yeah.
So I do think there's a level of abusing this. And if you get stuck on it too much and you don't peep it, it's going to be extremely hard for you to chase the dopamines of real life.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably just leave that right there, because that's the truth. It's like, at the end of the day, when I come up here, I do my videos, I come home, I work, I come home, I hang out with the family or whatever. I come up here 9, 10 o'clock, and I do my thing up here. Because at the end of the day, I have to take care of what's around me first, right? I got to make sure my son's good, make sure my wife's good. If anything that they want done, get that done. If they want to go out to dinner, they want to do this, that, and the third, we're good. Once my son goes to bed, or sometimes he's up here with me, or like my wife, she's downstairs, she's watching TV, whatever the case may be, she's done for the day. She's unwind. Once that happens, that's when I know I have my time. I do this for maybe 9 to about 12, maybe 10 o'clock to 12, 10 to 11:30. I go to bed, and then I get up and do this all over again. You just can't. Even tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow from work. I'm not gonna come up here and just start playing the game. You know what I mean? I got other stuff I got to do. So this is the thing. Your health is it's really something that you got to take care of. There's no other way around that. That's something that you really have to be mindful of. It is something that you want to really make sure you're on top of. Because at the end of the day, you could end up having more issues than you need to be. It's always good to have that support system. I have it. Doc Type says he has it. I'm pretty sure most of the men in this, space have it to some degree. It's something that you gotta, you just gotta have a balance. Doc Type say, I'm gaming tomorrow. However, this was pre-planned with the boys with our wives' permission. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And see, tomorrow my wife is going to get her nails done. I'm going to be up here in the morning. I got a couple things I got to do early in the morning. So I'm going to get that done. And after that, I'm going to be up here. Matter of fact, I'll probably be live streaming at some point. So I'll probably be in a position to where I'll play a few games. I'll live stream a little bit later, do some content. Me and my son, we plan on doing a video together at some point. Maybe we'll do that on Sunday. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff I have to do tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to be on the sticks. I'm definitely going to be playing something. You know what I mean? But just not, like he said, getting up in the morning and just jumping on it or whatever. And then at the same time, my wife want to turn around and do something. Well, we going to go out and do something. You just got to have that balance and make sure like you said, with your wife, with the wife's permission. And people think you're crazy when you say that, but that's the truth. When you're married, those are the things you got to deal with. It's give and take. It's give and take. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. And it creates a balance, and it makes you feel really. It really puts things in perspective and keep you sane. It really does. It keeps you sane. So that could be something that that could be something I could talk about sometimes. Maybe I need to bring my wife up here and we can have like a one-on-one or whatever, where me and her talk about how she deals with me playing video games and how she really what she likes and what she dislikes. I might need to interview her one day and me and her just sit up here and talk and have a real cool conversation about that. I think that'd be really, really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that. It's pretty neat. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Doc Type, I really appreciate you. Clean, I appreciate you. Drew Shemp 944. Appreciate you coming through as well. Been on for about 2 hours. Let me see. Anybody else came out? That was pretty cool. Yeah, I think that'd be cool too. I mean, me and her talked about it before where we were going to do that. We just never got around to it. But she's down for it. She want to do it. We just never had time to do it. But I really want to get her side of this whole gaming thing, because me and her talk, but I really want her to like be open about it. And I think it gives some insight to other people that do have significant others and how, maybe they feel the same way. Hey man, anytime, Doc Type. And I hope you enjoyed it. You said you enjoy the content. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, I think I said enough. I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's almost 11, 2 hours in. We're good. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night. All right, y'all. Peace.